Welcome back to Agent Content Creators. I have a master of YouTube out of Nashville, Tennessee, Matt Bogosian. We'll talk later too. He just made the move to Real Broker. I want to hear about that. But he is going to give us the 10 tips that have helped him grow a business doing over 30 million a year in transactions as a single agent, not a big team, as a single agent, 30 million, which is crazy, and shooting and editing his stuff. Now he's not editing anymore, so he got that off his plate. So now he's going to go to 80 million. Matt Bogosian, welcome to Agent Content Creators.
Hey, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, so your channel grew from 2019 to now. Just give us a quick rundown of like what you did, what style of content you're creating.
Yeah. So I basically jumped into just learning, by trial and error and just trying different things where I felt comfortable. And um, eventually came up with this list of these 10 things that I want to share with you guys today that I feel like really helped me get to where I'm at. And I think if people follow these, it can help them grow their channel and ultimately get more clients too.
Awesome. So you're getting a lot of calls directly from your YouTube channel. Is that right?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. In fact, I don't feel like my subscribers and my views really show the success that I've had. Like they don't match. Like I don't have a ton of subscribers in my opinion, but I get a lot of phone calls and I've done a lot of business, which I'm very happy with.
And I think that's really important because a lot of agents think you need a big YouTube channel. They see my YouTube channel, over 15,000 subscribers, or Brad McCallum's channel, or a Ken Posick, and they're like, I can't do that. I'm not going to get to that. And I think that's a really good point. You don't have to because you're a little under 3,000 subscribers, but you're closing, almost a seven-figure business a year just off of YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm making content about Thompson's Station, Tennessee. Like, there's not a lot of people searching that. Like, you're not going to get thousands of views for that, but you are going to get 5 views from 5 people looking to buy homes that cost 1.4 million. I mean, so that's all you need.
That's impressive. All right, so let's go through your 10 list, right? I think it's really important agents, if you're going to listen to this list or when you're listening to this list, find the little things that you can pick out to put into your business. Don't make it stressful, make it easy. But these 10 points are pretty good points. I've heard them once. So I wanted to bring Matt back so he could actually make these quick points so you could really understand. Now, pick the pieces that are going to make the most impact in your business. Okay, Matt, number one.
Number one, be authentic, be yourself, talk like you talk, dress like you dress. Just be yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to show up to a listing appointment or a buyer appointment and you're dressed in a suit and normally you're in, flip-flops and a shirt, right? Or you dress in a suit and then show up in flip-flops and a shirt, or you talk totally different because you're on camera. It's a smart one. I like that.
Yeah. It's hard enough to be on camera when you're being yourself. If you try to be someone else, it's like freaking impossible. So don't do that.
Great tip. Okay. Number two, what do you got?
Number two, get out from behind your desk and show people the community, show them the neighborhoods, show them what it's like to be somebody that lives in your area. People want to see the areas and they want to see what it's like.
That's a good one. I struggle with that because a lot of my content's been created right here. And there's times where people have asked me about a neighborhood. I go, well, I'm gonna have to go out and actually research the neighborhood. And they go, what do you mean? You actually get out from behind the desk? So I think that's a really smart one, especially for agents. Like, look, we should be out and about walking through model homes and looking at new construction, right? A lot of your content's just like that. It's driving around, looking at new construction or looking at a neighborhood, right?
Yeah. And that's like perfect leading me into number three here. When you're out doing those things, take a stance, have an opinion on things. Like if you're in a neighborhood and the streets are too narrow and the parking sucks, like just say it. Like don't try to always, I'm not saying get crazy and go off the cuff, but like have a little opinion on some things.
I
I
love it.
mean,
Some people say I'm very controversial in some of the things I talk about because sometimes I talk about, hot button topics. So I'll tell people talk about them because people want to know where you are. And then it also drives the right people to you, right? You're building trust. People understand that you're trustworthy. And if you're going to take a small stance, doesn't have to be a big one, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, number four, what do you got for number four?
Number four, like it's video. You're going to be creating video. I think you should try to like take a little interest and have some type of passion about learning about cameras and even if that camera is your phone and editing, like just like learn about it. It's going to help you when you get to the point where you hire an editor. You're going to understand what they can and can't do. And yeah, I mean, phone's the easiest, but you still need to understand. We were talking about the other day composition, the rule of thirds, lighting, not having that all right. So take a little like interest in that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's really smart because a lot of agents just want to immediately hire it off and give it off to somebody else. And it's really important if you're going to shoot the content yourself and give it off to an editor, you have to understand an editor is going to have to fix things, going to have to fix color grading, going to have to fix the audio, fix these things, which you're going to talk about audio in a second. Yet when you shoot these things and you line up thirds, right? So you have one third of the screen, one third of the screen, one third of the screen, and you're in the middle directly. It makes it so much easier to cut vertical content. It makes it so much easier to actually like look like a good quality video. And then your editor is going to make it easier on them. So definitely I agree with that. Understand some not you don't have to learn everything, but just learn the basics of shooting, composition, and editing. What's your
Yeah.
next one?
Yeah. And this is perfect lead into my next one. If you understand that stuff and you can work your phone and lighting and get good video, you need to learn to be opportunistic. So, what I mean by that, if you're out showing a home in a neighborhood, and let's say they're new construction homes, you finish your showing, it's 2 o'clock, run over to the model home and do a video walkthrough while you're there. Like, take advantage of your time, double down. And if you're someone that took the time to learn how to work your phone and figure out how to do these videos, you can take advantage of the different scenarios throughout your week and make good videos.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that's really important too, because especially if you're going to try to batch content, maybe that video isn't a video you're going to use this week, but it's a video you're going to work 2 weeks from now, or the B roll you got from it is B roll you're going to use months from now. That's really smart.
Yeah, yeah. The next thing that I kind of use this as a way to motivate myself and get myself to do more video. Use video as a way to not only get clients but to learn your area. So like there's a lot of times I did this last week. There was this 55 plus community I had never been in. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go check it out and do a video. Well, while I was there, I stopped at the model home. I figured out the amenities. I learned the lay of the land. Now I know the neighborhood.
And that's perfect because the reality is when you're giving information, right? A lot of times it's all information you just learn and you're saying, "Hey, look, I just learned this." And from a consumer standpoint, they don't know that you're not an expert in that, but you're giving them the information that they need that they would have never looked for or not known about. So really, really smart. I love that.
Next one, you got to learn about like SEO and keywords and search terms. Like, I'm not saying you have to become an SEO expert, but the tools they have out there, like I use TubeBuddy. What's the other one that people use? It starts with a
That's
V.
is
Um,
it Vidzio, video,
vidIQ or something.
vidIQ? Yep.
There's that. There's keywords everywhere. Like I just helped a friend earlier tonight figure out how to like optimize his YouTube video with keywords. Like just you can YouTube that stuff, guys. We're YouTubers. YouTube has all the
Yeah.
info.
Yeah.
So figure out keywords. That's my thing. Keywords and tags.
Awesome. Okay. What's the next one?
The next one's practice video in your stories and with
Mm,
shorts and reels or whatever, wherever you do it. Like being conversational on camera, like you and I are right now, when there's no one else there to talk to, can be tough. You can practice it in these little short bursts on your stories, and it also keeps you warm throughout the week and ready to go. So when you go to shoot that long form content, you're ready and you're primed, and you hadn't been like sitting on the bench for a long time.
I like that. That's smart. Yeah,
So
because there's times like I get all nervous. Even I, who have a large YouTube channel, get nervous. Like, okay, all right, what am I doing here? So that's smart. Okay, what do you got for the next one?
next one, views, and we kind of touched on this. Views and subscribers matter, but like not really. Like, don't let it. It can get to you. It still gets to me. I get all these calls. I made all this great money. I'm selling homes, and then I'm like, my feelings get hurt. And like, just know that it doesn't always matter, and you could still get calls with not a lot of views and not a lot of subscribers.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is, when you're growing a channel, oh, I'm not getting the views. Oh, I'm not getting subscribers. Oh, but I got a phone call. But I got another phone call. So if
Yeah,
you're creating the content that drives phone calls and that's not selling the whole time, like call us, we'll help you. Right. But if you're creating the content that's worth value that buyers and sellers find value in and they find it and they'll call you. So you don't need a big time channel. You just need to put out content and make content people will watch.
yeah,
Great point.
yeah. It's kind of funny, man. It's almost like social media. It's like I think I like the likes and subscribers more than the money. Like, geez.
Yeah. Well, you must be a real estate agent and you must have an ego because I think
Yeah.
all of us are the same.
All right. Last tip, just be consistent. Like, do your stories, do your long form, do a video a week, whatever you can do. Like, look, if your schedule is one a month, do one a month. Like, I'm not, I think there's optimal schedules to do, and there's different varying opinions on that. But whatever you do, be consistent, try to post on the same day and
Yep.
try to do it and do it and do it. And eventually, you're going to be at your kid's ball game and someone's going to be like, hey, I saw your video. That was pretty cool, man.
You know what? That is no lie. I was at the gym at 6 a.m. the other day and a guy goes, "Hey, I know who you are."
Doesn't
I'm
it
like,
feel
"Oh,
good? It feels
yeah,
good
it's
though,
great.
right?
It's the greatest thing." Man,
Yeah.
these have been amazing tips. If agents or consumers want to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
Best way, like go to just workwithmatt.com. And from there, there's a little button. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me if you want, or just hit me up on IG. You can go to matt.bogosian and shoot me a DM on Instagram. That's fine.
If you just tuned in, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out this channel. Jeremy Knight, the Night Group, Agent Content Creators. We'll see you in the next video.